All right, this is a Ford Flipkey. I've seen a lot of these. Press the button and flicks out like a switchblade, and you fold it back up, put it back in your pocket. Thusly, I recently was at a strip mall with my son. We got in the car, and this happened with the key in the ignition. It broke out of the case here. And so, you know, these are quite expensive because each one of these units is programmed to your specific car for the, you know, the unlock and lock buttons and the alarm and all that. And of course, then the key blade itself is cut for your specific car as well. So, you know, this can be quite expensive. However, the key blade itself, as you notice, is not broken actually. It's in perfectly good shape. It's just where it mounts inside the unit here has broken. So not wanting to have to spend like $150 or whatever it costs to get this mitigated, I went online and for about $9 US found this on the eBay. And of course there were some YouTube videos that showed how to swap your guts out, and so I'm going to try to do it, and let's see what we got here. Okay, we got, it's all pre-disassembled here. I guess that's good in this case. So we see we have this side, the other side. We got a blank key blade here, and we have a little screw. I guess this holds it all together. Is that the deal? Where does that go? I guess I'll try to figure that out. All right, so let's take apart the old busted one first here then. I'm going to move this stuff aside. All right, now in the video they showed that you can pry these sides apart gently. I'm going to try to do that here. I got a little screwdriver. We'll see what I can get going. I see there's a split right here in the middle. Maybe I can get in between there. Yeah, it's starting to come. Just got to get it right. I need to, actually, it would have been better if I had a tool that was a little thinner than the screwdriver, I think, to get in between there. There it is. Okay. So yeah, there is a little seam, like right here where the blade sits when it's folded up, and you can get in there and start just jimmying it apart. As you can see here, this is old part, new part. Identical. And then here, this is key. This is the electronic guts. This is the stuff that's programmed to my car, and you want to be careful, like touching stuff like here. I think this is where, let me shit, I can block it with my finger. Like this little section right here, I think this is actually where some of your programming and stuff lives in this. So don't goof that up. Be very gentle with this thing when you're trying to get it apart. I'm gonna try to do that as best I can. I am kind of a bear, so we'll see how it goes. There it is. I just very gently pulled under just the front edge of this. It has a little lip on it, and this is just sitting down in there. It's not screwed in or anything. It's got a couple little posts you can see to line it up on. So that wasn't so tough. Okay, get that out of there. This is a little circuit board. As you can see, look at all that on this one little tiny thing. Oh, I see it has a three-way post here that contacts the battery, which lives in the other half. Look at there. Okay, set this aside. This is important. Now, let's see, how do we get to the battery side of the case? Where does that open? It's funny, I've had this car for something like 7 years now, since it was brand new, and I have two of these fobs, and they both still have the original functional batteries in them. Neither of them has gone flat, which is remarkable. How do you get this other half open? Oh, I see there's a little spot right there. So this would do to have a smaller screwdriver than the one I have here. Somewhere in this house I have a repair kit that we got for replacing the Joy-Con or the joystick in my kid's Switch controller, and that has some really nice small little prying tools and stuff that would be better than this. In this case, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to reuse this, so I don't care if it gets a little chewed up. There we go. It's a little door under the Ford emblem. That's where the watch battery lives. All right. Well, I'm delighted to report that I actually have several of the exact same size batteries of this, because this is the size battery that goes in a Snark guitar tuner. And I was just complaining that I had to buy a big package of these instead of just buying one or two. Now I have a good reason. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside. Now start trying to assemble the new one here. So I guess I need to open that same panel in the new one. And again, I'm going to try to do it without chewing stuff up too bad. This is brand new, so it shouldn't be too sticky getting apart, I wouldn't think. See, there's a little divot there for prying this open, but it would be nice if it was just a little bit bigger. Come on, there it is. Got it. So, hey, this doesn't say Ford on it. I really could not care less. Okay, battery goes in like thusly. And then I guess we can just snap this back on. Like this. Okay, I'm batteried up. Now, look at this. Got the circuit board from the old one. I'm just going to place it right in here. Just like that. One of these, hold on, one of these little posts in the new thing is being a little stubborn. Right there. Like, try to just shave it down just a smidge here. Deform it in just a smidge just to get it on there. There we go, look at that. Ta-da! Now it sits on all three of these posts where it needs to be so it can contact the battery, of course. Okay, so now how does the rest of this go together? This is the cover with the buttons, you see. So assemble this like this. And then put this on. It's just to snap together. And then the key's a little slower than the old one. It's not quite as much of a whip crack, but the important thing is I press the button and the key comes out. And let me see if it works. Did you hear that? That honking out there? Yep. That was the new key fob working. Cool. So I'm going to double click the lock button in here, see if it arms the alarm. Oh, it did. These buttons probably have a little bit different feel than what I'm used to in the factory model. But there it is, guys. Let's say press the button, key comes out, folds up and locks like it's supposed to. Ta-da. All right, now we've got this going. And flips out. Now, lest we forget, as I actually did forget, we're done with getting the guts transplanted, but we still have the matter of the key blade, which has to be popped out of there. And I'm guessing that's what the screw will be used to replace that pin in there that holds this in. Now, I've noticed this thing has a halfway position that allows you to access the pin that holds the blade in place, thusly. You see what I mean? So you have to knock that pin out of there. And I've looked all around YouTube videos and stuff, and everybody just literally just knocks it out. Use this mask here for a little cushion. Don't seem to be doing nothing. I'm going to try it from the back side. Oh, that's it. You got to knock it out from the back side. So there's the little pin. You see that? Very wee. Now we should be able to pull the key blade out, the blank one, and replace that with the good one. Get it lined up in there. And now I'm guessing this must be where they want us to put the screw, but no, that screw is too long. So I'm guessing that's not it. So I'm assuming then maybe we're supposed to put the old pin back in there. So if that's the case, then I guess I will try that. Make sure that it's lined up in there to where the pin will go in. I might actually have to tap this a little bit with a hammer on top just to set it. Yeah, it's starting to line up a little bit better. I don't know how well y'all can see without getting in or out of focus here. There's a slot in the blade. Let me show you that pin has to ride in to hold it in there. And I think we got it just about right here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the pin back where it was. And see if I can hammer it in place. This might be the hard part, kids. I actually make a special tool just for doing this, of course, but you know, you got this thing about 2/3 of the way in. Using the nail backwards. Now we're still a little slow, but whoop. There it goes. I think it kind of needs just a little bit of just overall general tightening up, and then whoop, there it goes. I say the spring is not as foxy on this one as it was on the original one, but it does still open all the way. It does fold up, which is the main thing here. There we go. Oh, there it is. Just takes a little loosening up, I guess. So, let's try that again. There it is. Finally. Now bear in mind, this is something that costs like $6 plus shipping. So in the end, it was under $10. There it is. It's one of those things that's like, whoop. Ta-da. So, now finally, works here, keypad, and whoop, flips out. Gotta kind of hold it all the way until it opens. It's a little awkward, but I tell you what, for, you know, less than 10 bucks instead of 150 or whatever it was to get one of these made and reprogrammed. You know, I'm very happy to have this. And glad to be able to figure out how to do it at home. And I hope this is inspirational and educational to anybody else who has this issue and doesn't want to spend an outrageous price to get their car key replaced. So there you go. Thumbs up, everybody.